Welcome to day 3 of my photography trip to the Lake District, where I'm visiting inspirational places to reinvigorate my passion for photography after a 3-month break. On day 1 we ascended Holme Fell for the mountain views, then Lakeland and misty river views on day 2, and today is the day I plan to photograph woodlands at Crummock Water, and then Scaleforce Waterfall. The promise of moody, foggy conditions is on the cards, but today is a day that doesn't go to plan.
Good morning everyone. Welcome to day 3 of my trip to the Lake District, where I'm resetting my photography button. I'm trying to get back into the groove. 3 months with no real photography under my belt. This has been a well-needed trip. So it's been 3 days down in the Lake District, 3 different styles of photography. So on day 1, I went up the mountains and tried to get the mountain views. And I did a few bits of autumnal colour on the way. Day 2, I went off for a meet-up, met up with some other photographers. Thumbs up, guys. And then came over here to Crummock Water so that I could do a classic view across a lake to the mountains. So something low level across a lake to the mountains. This is day 3 and I'm hoping to do woodland today. I've come here, what is it now? It's probably about 20 minutes before sunrise and it's really dark. It's quite overcast up there. So we'll see what we get. We may be hanging around for a little bit before we get any images at all. But I don't mind that because we're going to take a look at the edge of Crummock Water again. See if sunrise gives us anything different to sunset last night. Feeling it's going to be clagged in though.
So there we are, a man with a plan for the start of the day, and oh, hello Mr. Sheepy. But that doesn't mean that's how it's going to be, so we need to adapt because there doesn't seem to be much mist in this woodland.
Well, thank goodness for head torches. This would have been impossible to traverse, and don't think you can see that, but yeah, that's probably a 20-foot drop, and I'm 6 inches away from it. Following the path, but it's only about 2 foot wide. Well, there is a thick veil of cloud covering all of the mountains. That's why it's so dark, even though we're so close to sunrise. It's not going to give me any broad shots, and there's nothing in this woodland either, so it's all way up there. Yeah, you ain't going to see that, even if I take my head torch off. Well, it's starting to brighten up a fraction. Hopefully you can see all of that fog over there. That's where I really want to be, to be quite honest, I think. But I wouldn't have a clue how you get over to it, so let's check out what I originally came down for. Hopefully this is settled in for the day. We'll be able to move our way up there. I suppose you've got to be a little bit flexible, haven't you, with your plans when you're doing things like this, because we're at the mercy of the elements and you've got to adapt. That's another thing that this trip is getting me back into the groove of.
Oh, you're going to regret saying that.
Well, as suspected, we're totally clagged in. There's the mountain view we were shooting in my last video. Link to that up there. Go and check that one out. But the woodland that I really wanted to shoot is this one. And that hasn't got any of that atmosphere in it. It's all a bit further up. So I now face the dilemma of, do I stick around here and try, or do I go chasing that mist? because I've got no idea if I walk that way whether or not I can actually get up there. I've got to do it, haven't I? Okay, let's get up there. Geese. I love geese. Well, it seems I've been denied. I've traipsed my way through what looked like a path, going through all this boggy, flooded, reedy bogland.
And for those of you that don't like Webster's definition of what I'm stood in, marsh.
And I've come to basically a dead end. It seems like there might be a path that carried on that way, but it's all been barbed wired off. So, yeah, I don't think there is. And I don't know what's that end anyway. It's going to be more of this bog. So I think I'm going to make the executive decision to head back to the van, and then I'm going to go to the centre of the village and see if I can get to the waterfall. Scale Force Waterfall? I'll put the name on the screen. That way, at least I know I've got a route up the hill, and I'll have the waterfall. Decision made.
So there we are, a good plan. We're going to make our way to the centre of the village via the van. We're going to cut across to the other side of these lakes, find Scale Force Waterfall and ascend it up into the mist, getting woodland and getting the waterfall. What a double whammy!
Well, I couldn't let it defeat me. I've got to get at least something here, haven't I? That's the attitude I'm trying to change. I mean, I'm in the middle of the Lake District. I've got atmosphere, I've got trees, I've got fog. Surely I should have been able to make something. And I think I've got it. Okay, so what we're working with is this clump of trees we have here. We've got 1, 2, 3, there is actually 4, but they stand as a group of 3 and the canopy stands as 1. But it sits perfectly between the 2 mountain ranges either side, and you've got the separation from what would have been the mountainous backdrop with the fog. So, because these really do mimic the lines of the mountains either side, I think they sit in there like they were built to be there, if you see what I mean. It's just a case of getting the right height so that I can lift those trees above the mountain line. But I do have to be wary of all these reeds. Because I need to drop low, it's working the angle so that I haven't got any tall ones in the way, and I can still get that separation from the mountains and the lower branches of the trees. Okay. Let me work that one out, and here comes the shot.
Well, it's nice to have taken advantage of the conditions that we have. If the mountains were still on display in the background, it would have ruined the bold simplicity of this shot, and the mono conversion really helps to emphasise the mood of the day.
Well, there we are. One shot in the bag, so at least I've gotten something out of today. I'm not going away picture empty. Now, I've just seen a couple of runners over that side of the lake, so there is clearly a path over there somewhere. So I just need to find out how to access it. I reckon that means that I don't have to go all the way back to the van. I reckon at some point there's got to be a cut across. Yeah, best laid plans of mice and men. So from Crummock Water, we've basically worked our way around the back of the town past the campsite. We've come through to where the hotels are, and we're heading off towards the Buttermere area. But before you actually get to Buttermere Lake, you actually take a right and you're heading off towards Scale Force. Now, Scale Force is the waterfall that I wanted to shoot today, so that's handy. I just need to be able to get up into those trees before this mist disappears and see if there's anything that I can make of it. It's quite steep. I'm not sure there's a path that goes up. So this could just be a bit of a scramble your way up there. Yeah. Isn't it a good job I plan everything I do?
Well, if it's a path you're after, Steve, you're gonna love what's ahead.
Well, I say that in jest, but for me, the misadventure is most of the fun.
Mentally noted, the misadventure is most of the fun. Right.
Okay, you've got to be within some realm of safety, I know.
Ah, yes, safety. You've got your wellies, you've got a coat. You're well prepared for your waterfall.
But just getting out there, finding something, just exploring and just having a bit of a play around, that's what makes it fun for me. So even though I had something in mind, what I really didn't have was a clear vision of exactly what I'm going to shoot. So we can wing it, we can play it by ear, we may end up taking the shots that everyone else has taken in the past, or we may end up with something new, or something that's not worth taking, or something that's been amazing. You never know. It's all about the misadventure.
Well, misadventure is an apt description for today. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the point where things first go wrong.
Well, I'm not sure if I haven't turned the wrong way. Maybe I should have gone right as I came over the bridge.
Yep.
But as I was walking along the path, which was over there, it seemed that Scale Force was running down to the left here. So maybe I just haven't got far enough. Hope not, otherwise I've got to double back. Be good to work my way up Scale Force if I can, and get to where that mist is. That would work well, because I could combine the waterfall photography with the route up.
We'll come back to that later. I'll explain all.
Well, it seems we've made it to Scale Force. I haven't gone the wrong way. Thank goodness for that. Right, there is a bit of a cautionary tale on this one. Caution, no safe ascent. Well, I want to go up. Okay, so ascending the waterfall doesn't look a viable option. Probably will have to check this one out on a couple of YouTube channels, to be honest, and see where I should have gone. Yeah, I'm on my own, so I'm not really going to risk going up something that's probably impossible to get back down if it's that treacherous to get back up there. Back up there? Up there in the first place. That seems to be cutting its way into the forest, so let's do that.
So it seems that we find a waterfall, and as I'm prepared with my wellies and my coat for a mountain climb, it'd be a good idea if I just go straight upwards, really, wouldn't it?
Ah, well, the path has taken a turn to the right and is going straight uphill. This is going to be arduous. And I'm not liking the look of this. There's fog everywhere else, and it looks like it's disappeared off the top. So maybe I'm not going to get the foggy shots today. Hopefully this cuts me back to the waterfall and I'll get a little bit more of that.
Ah, so we're not going to climb a mountain, just looking for access points to the waterfall. Gotcha.
All I can do is climb and try. I know that the thumbs up guys are in the lakes, and knowing them, they're stuck up in some fog somewhere in a woodland. They have more knowledge than me of the area. So expect to see some stunning shots from Dave Peck, Martin Heidekiewicz, Steve Stain, Colin Powell and Gary Sugden. No pressure, guys. Whoa. This is definitely an arduous climb.
Well, it certainly looks it, and you don't seem to be finding any waterfall access either.
Okay, so we've made it through to the fog line.
Winner?
Oh, man, that's a climb that is, and we're still not done. Well, the couple that was in front of me there, they told me that if I follow this around, it takes me to a tarn, and that's where the waterfall starts. So I think it's time to get the camera out and go handheld now, because we seem to have breached the line where the fog is and hit a load of pines. I was hoping for a bit more than pines, but we get what we get. Let's keep going. So hopefully we're going to get some trees in the mist now, at least some lone subjects. Maybe I've got to go off piste, I don't know. But no, my luck, when I get up there, it's just going to be a barren wasteland. Completely socked in. Keep going. Keep going.
So let's recap here. You've decided that on the advice of strangers, you're going to go straight up to the top of the waterfall, usually at the top of a mountain, instead of cutting across.
So I'm trying to take some snapshots as I make my way up the mountain. And it's very otherworldly. I feel like I've been sucked into the area in a Harry Potter movie where the Dementors live.
Dementors? I think someone's just demented.
Or I've been sent down to see Hades. I keep expecting to hear a ooh.
Well, that proves my point.
But we're getting shapes and forms in the mist of these pines. And I think they're worth the odd snapshot or two. All right, I'll put them up as I go along. Wow, it's a path, but I'm not sure it's one I want to walk back down.
All right.
I'm hoping I'm not too far from the top.
Dream on.
The trouble is you can't see, you can't tell. Oh. The good thing about doing YouTube videos is you guys are a good excuse to rest. Let's get on.
Well, at last we're starting to find subjects we can photograph. The landscape had become quite barren, and although this doesn't follow the rule of odds, I was happy to find a subject that I could shoot. I did manage to catch one with some faded trees in the background, and then a single tree that stood all on its own.
Well, we've officially run out of trees now, so I'm so close to the top, I think I've got to keep going.
2 words, false summit.
Hopefully this is a circular. I really don't want to come back down this way. Do what you got to do though. That sun trying to burn through. Well, finally we've reached a little bit of a plateau area. God, that was relentless uphill, that was. I stopped so many times and I got overtaken by so many people of all different ages. This is not where I expected to end up today. This is not a woodland, and this isn't a waterfall.
Duh.
Wow. Did I say about misadventures earlier on? This has definitely been one. Well, it seems I've found a little area of trees and somebody's come all the way up here and built a wall. Fair play to them. So this may be my best opportunity to get something. We got the sun burning through up there, so this could give me some nice silhouette shots. Yeah, give me a chance for a little bit of a rest as well. It's been the weirdest video I've made in a long time. I came out to do a bit of woodland and a waterfall, and I've ended up at the top of a mountain.
Yeah, we'll call it the top. That'll make you feel better.
That's the way it goes. So I'm down to my last bit of water. I think I'm going to guzzle that down and make my way back down. But before I go, I need to make the most out of these trees. I'll try and put up on the screen where I actually am. No idea what this mountain's called.
Well, for those of you that are interested, we started off at Crummock Water, and then we moved our way across the shore, around Sailbeck towards the campsite, and headed off towards Buttermere. We then cut across and made our way to the bridge, which was at the bottom of Sour Milk Gill Waterfall, not Scale Force. From there, we took a right turn and we steeply ascended up the hill towards Red Pike and High Stile. Yeah, we hit the plateau about here, and then we got to about this point here, which is where I stopped. So not only did I choose one of the steepest paths up, but when I was at the bridge, I should have turned right, followed the low level path all the way around to here, because this is where Scale Force Waterfall is. Oh man.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed following me on this little mini adventure of a weekend, trying to regain my mojo for photography. It's been it's been a bit of a ride, to be honest. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Good to see the lads from Thumbs Up as well. So whatever images I get from here and on the way down, I'll put up for you now. And thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you all in the next one.
Well, I didn't even get to the top of the mountain. That's disappointing, but at least I had the common sense to make my way back down whilst I was still in a fit state. I had no resources with me, so yep, that was a wise move. So these are the two images I managed to get whilst I was not quite at the top of the mountain, but I do get one more on the way back down. So back over to me.
Want to get an idea of how steep this was? I think my estimate of half an hour to get back down is going to be completely wrong. I am taking this very slowly and very carefully. I'm starving hungry, I've got no food, I've run out of water.
But you do have your coat and your wellies.
The reflections, though, on Buttermere are looking amazing. Wow. Really wow.